Thank you so much for listening to the KJNA podcast. You can email us at kjnapodcast@gmail.com.
Give us a call or text or leave us a message at 858-848-KJNA. That's 5562.
You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, TikTok, Blue Sky, and YouTube at KJNA Podcast.
Don't forget, we have 6 hours of bonus content over on our Patreon, patreon.com/KJNA Podcast. And if you want to donate to us, find us at buymeacoffee.com/KJNA Podcast.
Thank you so much for listening.
Love you.
Because this is what we just bullshit. We don't have any sort of thing. So I'm like, if I need to cut something, I'll cut something. If I don't need to cut something, it's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I'm so good at bullshit. So
that's like half my life. That's how I got here.
Damn,
with numbers.
That's right. Mm-hmm. It is true. Bullshit is how I got here.
I mean, you should be able to list it on your resume. Master of bullshit.
Excellent bullshitter under special skills. That that period.
Exactly.
Through Microsoft Office, bullshitter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Photoshop. It's just underneath. Like put
just
it right
casually.
In the middle. Photoshop, Excel, bullshitting.
Yes. I also want to have curating watch lists on all of the streaming services, but not actually watching all of my watch lists on streaming services.
Yeah,
really good at building the list. Yeah.
Professional TikTok liker. Tap, 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 tap.
So good at that double tap.
The whole thing.
That's right.
Just 20 seconds. That's it.
Yes.
Spreading the love. That's all it is. Tap, 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 tap.
Everyone got a little bit of juice in their day.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, before we continue to bullshit, because I could just go off on tangents forever, because again, bullshitting is on my resume. What do you guys do? You want to talk about your Kickstarter or other projects you've done? Whatever y'all want to talk about, and let us hear about it.
Yeah, we've got a comic. We got a Kickstarter. We can for sure talk about that. Other Kris has, because I can't call him K because you're the K. So like I usually
go ahead and call him K because you can call me Kevin. That's fine.
No. Well, I won't remember that as we're talking because I got to look down to see that, and I don't want you to see this all the time. So, see the way my setup works is I got my phone up here and my screen down. It's a very stretched reference to Chris Hart or Kevin Hart, not Chris Hart. Who the hell's Chris Hart?
You're being over Chris. I told you.
So many Chris's. There are so many Chris's.
Christified.
It's Kris, Christopher, Topher, Christo. Yeah, so we've got a Kickstarter. We'll talk that. We'll talk about the comic. And then Kay's got some like art stuff and like smaller horror projects that he's putting together for an anthology that I'm sure he'll talk about, right? Maybe? And then I'll talk about the podcast that I also do, talking to indie creators about comics. So I think those are the main, like we have joint stuff and then we each have our own stuff as well. But Instagram still thinks that we're the same person. So we get the same targeted ads and we get the same suggested reels. It's kind of
I don't need more boobies on my reels. Stop it.
It's so weird. Like he'll send me something. I'm like, I just saw that today. What the hell? He's like, seriously? Yeah.
So did I.
Yeah. So that's the long and short of it.
Are y'all in the same location, like area?
No.
You're not? Oh, okay. Well, shit,
I'm
you
in
make it work at a
Oklahoma.
distance.
Yeah, I'm in Oklahoma. He's in Ohio. Like maybe I think that's part of it. We both are in O states.
Yeah. Yeah. Two
Maybe
Chris's, two O states.
There's a joke to be made there.
There's something.
I couldn't get it on the fly fast enough. I got nothing.
I'm sure it's a big one though.
It'll come to me later when it's not important. It's fine.
I don't know. Your hand gesture. O states.
I was gonna say something about O faces, but I can't.
See, I was trying to be subtle about it, but you ruined it.
Sorry. Oh,
damn it.
O face.
Stop it.
So... Okay, so y'all want to talk about, I guess, Longbox, Kris. Since you started, you want to go ahead and talk about your podcast, and then we can talk to Kay about his stuff he's got going on, and y'all can both talk about what you got together.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also, just a fair warning, I talk a lot, so if you need to rein me in, I will not be offended if you're like, okay, land the plane.
You cannot top what we've already dealt with today. Go ahead.
Okay, cool. I love that. Let me drink some more beer before we go.
Yeah.
I'm on 2, so you're good.
Are you drinking?
That'd be good.
Mine's on brand. It's a watermelon gose.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't even taste watermelon. If I'm being honest, it's just tart.
I'm not here for the watermelon anyways.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly,
Hey.
same. I'm not a huge watermelon fan, but like that's where we're at with our comic, and we'll get into
Yeah.
that when we get there. So yeah, do you want me just to jump right in?
Oh, yeah.
Cool. Well,
No,
here we
that's-
go with both feet. Hey, I'm Kris. I'm the Longbox Punk on YouTube and your favorite audio podcasting platforms. And what I do is I talk to indie comic creators about their process, about their books, about their influences, their inspirations, and then like their characters and their process and how music plays into the books that they make. I have been a lifelong comic book reader. Like I think I started reading when I was like 4, going to shops with my dad. My mom was buying me comics. And then, the only time that I wasn't super deep in the comic book lore was when I was in high school and college and discovered these creatures called women. And
Oh, yep.
I, thought that I need to leave the comics behind for a bit. And then as an adult, I was like, no, I don't. I can like comics and pro wrestling and all my stuff, and I'll still find the right person. And I did. My wife likes both, which is insane. I won the wife lottery, so sorry to every other guy out there.
Damn it! I'll stop playing then.
Yeah, don't even bother. Don't even bother. I've got her. But yeah, my background and degree is in broadcasting, so I've always had some sort of this is my creative outlet, is talking to people. I've also did a lot of theater, so like improv and just talking with people and talking in front of people, never been a problem for me. So this was a natural fit, and it took off really organically, which I like. I've
That's
never
cool.
paid for anything because I'm broke. I don't have money to pay for anything.
America.
And I started it because I just want to talk to creators, and there's something special about understanding the process that I just really I have always been fascinated with. And so similar to Tony Stark, I like to blow things up and then look at each individual piece and examine it and figure out how it fits into the bigger whole. Getting to do that with a medium that I love deeply is just a double, triple win. Who's counting numbers though? And so that's what I do. It's great. I love it. I've started creating my own comics, started writing because I am not confident in my style to do sequentials. And I have to be careful because if I say I can't draw my way out of a paper bag, Kay is going to drive to Ohio and punch me and then drive back to Oklahoma. So I got
Is
to
it
be
worth the
careful
gas,
what I
Kay?
say.
You're gonna let me stay the night and then I'll leave.
Yeah. You can
I'll
crash
be
on
an
my couch.
uncomfortable house guest. How about
Yeah,
that?
perfect.
Oh, and
We got
just
a
so
comfy couch.
Just so you know, I'm not cutting any of this. Once I hit
Great.
record, it's going up because
All of it's live. I love
fine.
that.
our
Yeah.
whole
Yeah.
podcast is just bullshit shooting
Fantastic.
the shit. That's what I like to do. So
That's why it's on our resumes.
Yeah.
that's right. Bullshitting.
Yeah.
I should start moving it up the list.
You should.
Maybe I'm like a 5 in bullshitting and probably more like a 4 in Excel now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're
That's where I need
losing
to
other
go.
talent as you're increasing.
That's right. You can't hold it all in there.
That's right.
No?
You can't.
That's right. I
not
frequently
possible.
tell my wife that my brain is like a computer and it can only hold so much information. And so if it's not applicable to my daily life, I just erase it and move
Yeah.
on. And that's why I don't remember things that seem to matter. Because I can tell you every word to Will Smith's Wild Wild West song. I can't tell you my mother-in-law's birthday. But I don't know. It's just
Some
real.
things matter.
So, some things matter.
You also have a really great excuse for when you're she catches you just staring out the window at nothing. You're like, I'm defragging. Just hold on.
Yeah, I just had to reset, Yeah.
I'm performing a restart. Hold on.
Yeah.
Just
Yep.
Let me-
Oh, you say that in jest, but we really do that. It's
sleep is 100% you're defragging your hard drive.
Yeah.
I'm fully
yeah.
awake though. Yeah, I'll just
That's the mandatory shutdown.
yeah. I'll do the straight stare off at something and I'll see her look and then look back at me what is he looking at? I'm like, sorry, I just had to do a reset. Like that's real in our house.
No, I've been there. 100%. Like sometimes you ever do the stare off and then you realize you're doing it and you're like, shit.
Uh-huh.
I'll do it and then I'll be like, you know what? I'm not done.
You
It's
know
fine.
what?
I'll just keep going.
I'm gonna
And
keep this
actively
moment.
doing it is different than accidentally.
Yeah.
So I'm
But
sorry
yeah,
I
that's-
interrupted you.
No,
Is there more
I-
that you got to it?
I don't. I mean, probably, but I think that's
Sorry.
it. That's
Sorry.
me. I like comics and I like punk rock and I like
I
pro
mean, if
wrestling.
you're doing
and-
what you enjoy, that's the big, like, you're making enough money to live and you're doing what you really like. That's a huge fucking thing.
yeah, if only I
that's-
could make the money doing the thing that I love, that would be
Right?
It'd be
Wouldn't
incredible.
that be it?
Truly, the chef's kiss.
I would love to tell my boss that I quit. I would love that.
Oh, God damn it.
I just can't,
I would love to be like, hold on, I'll get to it. And then a week later be like,
Oh.
psych!
Remember
and then
that
leave him in the
time?
hole for a
Yeah.
little bit. Like,
Yep.
Just
Oh.
Homer Simpson.
Yeah.
yeah, all the way in the thing.
Yeah.
No, he was going down in the pit for that one.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
in the dirt pit. Stop
I would
shaking your
love
head
that.
like you don't do it, Jay.
I mean, if I was going to do it, I would add a little fancy jig to it just to.
What kind of jig? Show me.
I don't have the
Yeah.
Do
list
the
up right now.
jig.
Stand
Damn
up,
it.
zoom out.
Damn it, Jay! You can't mention doing a jig and not do said jig.
I'm also not drunk enough to do a jig right now.
Where's your alcohol, sir?
Yeah, you can work.
I'll
on it.
wait.
Room's away. I'm fine.
I'll
Don't
wait.
worry about it.
That sounds like a commute.
I'll wait. Go for it.
No, it's
I'm
related.
fine.
Don't you beer pressure me.
I'll peer pressure the fuck out of you.
All the cool kids are doing it. Come on.
So,
It'll be my
okay.
Delightful.
would you like to get into your stuff, what you do? Because I feel like we could probably just bullshit for the rest of the...
I think all of us are capable of that. Yeah.
Yeah. So we should probably get to the important shit before we just go off into wherever the fuck.
Also, like Tony Stark, I'm going to take something from you. Ha ha ha.
Classic.
I am an engineer and I have a lot of sarcasm. So, like, that's what I do for a day job. I go to work and I tell people the fuck word and they have to deal with it. And
That's good.
it's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice telling people they're being dumb in a way they don't really understand.
Yes, that is the best. Telling people they're stupid and they're like, oh yeah, but you tell them in such a way, they're like,
Yes.
But
it's
they
the
nod.
best. That is
Yes.
the best.
It's like Bilbo Baggins' exit from the Shire. Like, they didn't know what to do with it, so it was great.
Mm-hmm.
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 But yeah, so I found Kris after his show started on Threads and started watching his show. I started drawing when I was teeny tiny, like probably legitimately trying to draw before I was in grade school. Had a big break as an adult of just not really drawing. Came back to it, and I'd say it's been probably a couple of years now that I've really been heavily drawing, and I was like, you know what? He keeps talking about wanting to make a comic and needing someone to draw. So I just slid into his DMs and was like, hey, I like to make comics. I like comics. We could be friends. We could make comics. And that's how we got here.
That's awesome though. When
Yeah.
it works out like that.
Yeah. It's been super great.
Yeah.
I did a lot of drawing when I was younger, and then I fell out of it, and then kids came, so I don't do so much drawing anymore, and now my
Yeah.
creativity goes everywhere. It used to be solely focused on artwork and superheroes and monsters, and now it's just I get my creativity juices out when it fills up too much. I just get it out everywhere I can. I'm like, I gotta
Yeah.
draw. I'll do clay over here. I don't care. I'll go design a wall. I don't fuck care. It fills up. It's like a meter inside you with the creativity, and then
Mhm.
you gotta let it out somewhere, and so you whatever the first fucking thing you can.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's how it is. But that's cool. What have you done any other? He said you're doing horror comics.
Yeah, so I've got a number of shorter horror stories that I've gotten written. A lot of times it'll be like something someone says or something I see. Like at Christmas, they had a bunch of candy canes hung upside down from the fake, like the drop ceilings at the office. And I just kept calling it the Christmas gallows. So now I've got this head about a Christmas gallows, like rattling around in my head. It's been like 7 months now and it's finally starting to gel. Yeah, it's going to be fun.
That's fun. That's a cool idea.
Yeah.
I like that.
But I've got this really weird, like, looks like Mr. Rogers, but is super twisted marionette doll that's going to be like my Crypt Keeper type character for that to go story to
fun.
story with. It's going to be fun. But, when I picked drawing back up, I really got real heavy into drawing horror stuff in general. I got real into this band called Harley Poe, and Joe Whiteford just does this amazing, super twisted, hand-done artwork, and I was just like, this is super cool. I want to try that. And so here I am.
And I've always said, like, my artwork is a combination of every other piece of artwork I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's like you pick up from pieces. Like, you might try to draw exactly like them, but then you're like, you take pieces and then bring it to yours, and that's how I've always felt. But that's cool that you see.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, I've been asked a number of times about my style as we've done shows promoting this book, and was just like word vomiting to Kris the other day. I was like, people keep asking about this, and I think, because I'm like, Jim Lee and Andy Kubert and all this stuff, like these X-Men that I grew up just loving, except for their pointy feet. That's a whole... yeah. Oh, talk about a bitter old papa, like, golly.
He's the one that did like 36 abs. Who's the one who had like a whole shitload of abs that went all the way down?
Yeah.
That's like thighs had abs as well. It was weird.
Yeah.
Yes,
it's a weird side of
everything.
Overhatched and great. Like, you can do a lot of lines, sir.
We get it. We get it.
Yeah, thank you.
But then, I'm looking at it, I'm like, I was like, I always loved Ninja Turtles. That's like where I started reading comics. And I think Peter Laird and like somewhere in between Jack Kirby and Dave Cockrum would be like style-wise what I think is closest looking to mine. Because it's like messy, but it's like bold lines, not overhatched, not crazy looking.
I looked at your the Barricade Brigade Kickstarter, and is the horror one that you're doing, is it going to be in that similar style, or are you trying to change it to something else?
I'm probably gonna, so I've got one story completely drawn, I'm coloring it, it's very similar style wise. I'm probably gonna try and play with style a little bit just to make the stories feel more, but I don't know how
separate, but in the same vein. I know what you mean.
Yes, exactly. Like there's one that's going to be about a Vietnam vet that I'm going to use like screen tone type brushes to really bring out that vintage like 70s era comic look.
Do you do it on paper or you do it digital?
So this one was done completely on paper. Coloring took forever. I mean, my God, forever. I like it, but at the same time, it took so long to crank out 8 pages. I can't imagine trying to do, because both of us love a nice square-bound trade paperback. So our goal moving forward is that's what you're going to get. This first 0 issue, you're getting an 8-page story that is a complete story, but we will be doing like a 3 to 4 issue of floppies trade. You will get a complete story arc moving forward every time we publish.
I mean, that's exciting when you actually get to the finish line, because I find that's a problem of mine, is starting, getting halfway through and be like, well, now I'm tired.
Yeah.
Fucking, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, you gotta push through that weird middle, like, everything's great, and you start going, you're like, I just gotta keep going.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
and then
when I'm like,
you get close to the end, you're like, hell yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. When I'm 3 hours in and I've colored half a page, it's daunting. So, moving to digital colors from here on out, but still traditional pencils and inks. That I can move through pretty quick.
That's cool. I went and tried doing, I bought a Huey on tablet so I could try digital. I really like working in Photoshop because the Control-Z function is the greatest thing ever. Because you do that one line, you're like, fuck, Control-Z. Yes! Redo! But I do like, I like the way colored pencils definitely color. I like the style you can get between that and like some solid inks.
Yeah.
With that combination, it's really fun. That's why I still have coloring books downstairs. I have adult coloring books where I'm like, when I need to get my creativity out, I'll just color with this big ass stack of colored pencils my children have.
They're fun.
Yeah, it's super fun.
when I want no consequence, I've literally got a Universal Monsters coloring book.
Yeah.
At my table.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you do.
So fun.
I think
No,
I
I
have
do.
one of those too, actually.
I have
Pretty sure I have
picked up the Lovecraft one.
Oop.
So it's got a bunch of like cosmic monsters and just weird like goopy eyes hanging out. That's my jam.
That's cool.
It's so fun to do that and like finish it completely. But
Mhm.
that's the only reason this podcast has lasted for like 3 years is because I knew if I was doing it for somebody else, I would stick with it. Because it's like if it was just me, I'd be like a couple months in and be like, "Fuck this!" Like it's not getting anywhere. But then I'm like, "Well, he's relying on me, so fuck, I gotta do it."
Yeah.
Mhm.
I know
That's
what
right.
it is.
It's real stakes.
Yeah.
Real stakes.
That's right. Don't you go dark
He's
on
the one
me.
you probably talk to most of the time because
Yeah, I
hate
I'm
the
the
social
messenger.
media.
I'm the messenger. That's it.
no, he
I pull you in.
no,
That's
he's
really
really
how
good
it
with that shit. Social media gives me anxiety. I don't want to. I have it and I do a scroll once or twice and I'm like, I'm done.
Mhm.
Can't deal with your bullshit anymore.
Yep.
Sorry.
I have a
Um,
rule where like I'll get on and I'll scroll, and until I get to something that's not comics related or music, then I close it because I'm just like I don't care. I don't care.
I don't want to see it anymore. No, I don't want to see it
I
anymore.
don't watch the news. I don't want to deal with all the bullshit. So if you start getting on social media, like Blue Sky started for comic people, why the hell did we get rid of that approach? Like opening up to the match, just like Facebook started for college kids. Like it's just you're gonna get me in a tirade of like just corporate greed and how everything is
that's
crooked.
all it is. That's
It's
all
all
it is.
bullshit, because then they don't give a shit about the users.
No,
and so,
not at all.
like here we are, and it's just like ad suggested ad. Oh, there's someone I follow. Like I started with this book. It's been a reminder of like no one sees anything on social media, because I was talking to like real life friends, like in real life, not just my internet friends, and they were like, "So like, what's new, man?" I'm sure you're sick of seeing it, but like I have this comic book, and like you made a comic. I'm like, yeah. Yeah, I did. Yeah, let me tell you about it. Like, I'm really good at telling you about it now. But, like, how have you never... Really? Do you look at social media? Like, yeah, I'm on it, like, all the time. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's just like they put so much bullshit in between.
Yeah.
Like you can't. It used to be you'd look at Facebook and it was like you could see everyone as they posted, and then when a new post came, you're like, that person just posted. And now it's like it's always switching, it's always changing. You're like, but what happened recently? Like, why am I seeing this ad from this post from 3 days ago? Like from someone. What the fuck do I care?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I gave
care.
up. I have a Facebook. I just don't. I don't use it unless, like, I have people that are reaching out to me like, hey, I only use Facebook. Can we do this thing? I'm like, yeah, I'll post on Facebook. But then nobody sees it because I never use it. So
Yeah.
I'm like, it's all just a crapshoot, man. Like, it used to be my
It is.
job to do social media. And that was before the like dark days of social media where, money really started coming into it. And even then there were algorithms and shit that you had to break. And there's a certain like equation of if you post X amount of times in this regular rhythm for this many days in a row, like you're going to get priority as a heavy user, and then like you're going to get boosted in the algorithms. Now with all the suggested, the for you, the do you want to follow them, the have you checked your car insurance lately, like all of that shit, it's just like you can't get past the noise. I think statistics are made up, so take this with what it was, but I saw that it's like for every 6 posts that you see on Facebook specifically, Meta is filling in 4 of those 6 with suggested paid promos or ads. And so it's just like, why the hell would anybody want to be on Facebook if you're only going to see shit that doesn't pertain to you? Like, what are we doing?
Well, you want to talk about a horror comic, mention anything around your phone randomly,
Yeah.
and then they start showing you those ads for it. That's scary as fuck.
See, I love fucking with other people with that, though. I'll get in group settings like my daughter's graduation party, and everybody's got their phones on the table, and they're just sitting around talking. And I'll just walk by and be like, motorized RC cars, and just keep going. And then they have these ads pop up, and like, what the fuck? Why am I getting like this weird, like, yeah.
Don't you
I-
guys want an RC car together? Come on.
Don't you? Can't we just hang
That
out
does
and
sound
race our
fun.
RC?
Right? Just go to a random parking lot, just cone off the
Yeah.
area. We're just going to do RC cars. That's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
RC
That's the next
coats and a
Kickstarter
lake.
right there. He's got it on his brain. Look at him go.
I'm here for it. I got a buddy that got one, and then he's a mechanical engineer, so like he souped the shit up out of it. So instead of going like 2 miles an hour, he got it to where it can go like 20 miles an hour and
Nice.
has a range of like half a mile. And so we literally were like in a Walmart parking lot, and he drove it all the way to the other end. And you know how big Walmart parking lots are.
Yeah.
He drove it to the other end and like spun it around, drove it up around the store, and he was like, "I hope I don't hit any cars as I'm going." And we set up ramps and stuff, and we're doing all sorts. Like it was really fun to just
It's cool as shit.
That's so
yeah,
great.
like just because he souped up the engine and made it more powerful and put more powerful batteries in it and like rewired the whole motor. And I'm like, dude, you have too much brain. Like I
You
don't.
have too much time.
How do you have this
brain and too much
excess brain to do this?
Can you imagine the nerds like they do those car meetups in parking lots? Can you imagine if they did that with RC cars? How fucking fantastic that would be! Like, look at this baby I just picked up at Hobby Lobby. You want to take it on a free test run? Check this out.
If you push it a quarter of an inch, you get this really cool trick. It'll do a burnout, but you can't go past a quarter of an inch forward on the
Be
little
careful,
lever.
guys. Don't scratch it, you guys.
Listen,
I don't want
it's-
to flip it.
It's really powerful. Do you know what I mean? Just like it's like so powerful. It's crazy. It's so crazy.
It's a car meetup of RC cars in the trunks of cars doing an actual car meetup. So they just pop open the trunks.
It's like
have
Fast and the
Buffy dolls.
Furious car.
Are we doing cars inside of cars inside
Yes.
of cars?
Yeah, it's
It's
a
car
carception.
inception.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
Oh god.
Yep. And then
Thank
inside the RC car is a Matchbox car. Man, we can Russian doll these
We
cars.
can keep going.
Yep.
We can keep going.
Could we hollow out the Matchbox car and put a Lego car in there?
Yes.
Micro
And of
All
course,
these
machine.
options are available.
and of course the
Micro
real
machine.
car.
Ooh,
Micro
micro
machines.
Oh, okay.
Jeez,
Taking it
that's
back.
taking me back.
I
Jeez.
love it.
Remember that dude with the mustache that tried to sell those to us on TV?
That dude was awesome.
Yeah,
Good God.
the mustache was questionable, but God, he had me.
That is also fair. Looking back,
Another bigger Matchbox car to hold all these other little Matchbox cars.
Oh, wait. That's the
That's like saying
only
you need a-
explanation.
a
Yeah.
big wheel and a trike.
Mhm.
But where does the trike fit into the big wheel?
Yeah.
There it is. Yeah.
It's tugboat. It's the tugboat of the roads.
yeah.
Got you. I got you.
Perfect.
Oh,
Okay.
great.
So, yeah, see, like I said, we're going to bullshit. So, we got to get to the actual thing.
That's right.
The Kickstarter, both of you.
That's right.
Because I'm sorry for going on my tangent about Hot Wheels.
No,
and
don't
car
be sorry.
meters.
That was great.
Okay.
I love car
Yeah.
inception.
Super fun.
I'm even thinking the like regular person size car comes out of like a semi truck, and the semi truck is tricked out and with like LEDs all the way down and underneath it. It's souped up in the back, and instead of opening like this way, the back door raises and then the car just backs out. So even
What if
like
you could
going
just do
bigger,
it in one long line?
and they just
At the
keep
front
coming.
and it just keeps coming. You got the truck, and then a car comes out, and then the smaller car, and then
Mm-hmm.
and it.
You got to build up enough momentum just so the little Hot Wheels can pop out just right.
Just
Yeah.
right. Oh,
Also, we got a storm here, so if I cut out, I'm gonna try and come back in, but my power might cut because some badass storm coming through.
Don't you do
So-
it.
You're not
Sir,
allowed to do
don't
that.
you do
No,
it.
yeah.
I'm trying not to. Okay, I don't
He's-
control these things.
Jay's counting on you. You can't
Right.
just drop out.
yeah.
I
How
don't have
dead
a
inside
battery.
he would be.
I get inside now thinking about it. So, anyways, okay. So Kickstarter, the Kickstarter.
Kickstarter. Yeah.
Yes.
Please
Kickstarter.
explain.
Do you want it? You want me to?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good at the Kickstarter explanation.
So, like, do you want me to explain what Kickstarter is, or specifically our comic?
They can take a wild guess and Google it. Tell us what your comic is.
Okay.
Perfect. I love that. Yeah. Screw them and their pre-associated knowledge. I just
Yes.
assume that you know the platform that we're selling our comic on. It's called Kickstarter, and our comic is called Barricade Brigade. If you're smart, you'll set up a shortcut on your keyboard to just type BB, and then you hit space, and it auto-fills it to Barricade Brigade. life hacks, my friend.
You're
Since I
welcome.
got tired of typing that shit out every single time. I also have @ for my email and also Star Wars. But Barricade Brigade is about a punk rock band called Hot Watermelon. See, here's where that watermelon comes into play. Why I'm buying and eating and drinking all of these watermelon things, and I don't even like watermelon.
Have you enjoyed any of the watermelon things?
Those cookies I had on launch night were
Yeah.
stellar. It's
Okay.
stupid how good they were.
Okay.
They were super soft, and like the icing was, it was
Did I
very
show you the
good.
cake that was made for me?
Yeah.
Okay, it was
Yeah,
good.
he had a watermelon. His wife made him a watermelon cake. We had a Instagram live launch party, and his wife made him a watermelon cake for the party.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the seeds in it were chocolate chips.
As they
Top
should
tier.
be, sir.
Yeah,
As they
Perfect.
should be.
But yeah, so that's our comic is about a punk rock band who's going on their first major tour in their tri-state area. And their roadie, 5, is like, hey, I want to record all this so that we can make a documentary and we can get it distributed and we can be on Netflix and have all this stuff. So he's recording everything, and that's how we meet our band. It's a 3-piece band. We've got Sarah, we've got Mick, and we have Tolba. And each of the characters have, as we were like creating the world, it's very collaborative. It's like the snake eating a snake thing from whatever lore thing that came from, where it's like you can't tell where one starts and one ends. It's like that with our comic, where yes, he did the art. And also,
My brain
Like-
went to Human Centipede, and that was the wrong place.
I was
Why
wondering
would
if
you
that's
go
where you
there?
went.
no,
Can't take
I
you
would-
guys
Where my
anywhere.
brain went.
I'll
Continue.
not take you
No,
anywhere.
sir, we
Not
would-
like that though.
no, I mean, I know we're into
I'm
horror and
sorry.
stuff, but that's scary for a whole nother reason.
Yeah,
But it's
the fact
also
that
like,
was in someone's mind is even scarier, maybe.
and they made 2 of them. It wasn't just the one. Why
Yeah,
would
it
you?
wasn't,
Yeah.
it wasn't enough to
No.
have one. They had to stitch 2 of them together.
Yeah, perfect,
Okay.
great. And yeah, I watched both of them because clearly, I'm a masochist. So our comic, our band is going on tour and they're at their favorite local venue, Wilma's, and they notice that there's this suit that is very out of place, and he's looking threateningly at their favorite bartender. And basically, they find out that he's trying to buy it so that his big corporation can level it, turn it into a parking lot or whatever corporate bullshit. Because we all know that corporations are the real monsters and that humans are the real awful people. They're the real villains in the world. And so they take a swing and basically stand up, and they don't realize just how big of a swing that they've taken against this corporate suit. And so there's a thing that happens that we're not telling anybody about, because you just got to back the book and find out what that is.
That's awesome.
But yeah, it's a whole lot of fun. It's a whole lot of like both of the backgrounds in punk and our love of horror comics and our hatred for big corporations, like all of it just jived immediately. And so like as we were just kicking ideas back and forth, it just kind of kept growing and growing and growing. And so we've already got the outline for the first full chapter after this written down.
Which is our chapter.
However many it takes.
Yep.
Okay.
Each one will be as long as it needs to tell that story.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think we're targeting like 60 to 80 pages, which I guess would be like 3 to 4 traditional sized floppies, but we're
Yeah.
not traditional people. So, and with the like perfect square bound, you don't have to worry about the equational, like everything has to be in pages of 4 for printing. With square bound, we can do just 2-page, anything even is
Yep.
going to be fine. So if we end up at like 72 pages, perfect. We can print that, and we don't have to worry about, oh, we got to add 4 more pages or 2 more pages so that it fits the printing guideline. But we're really like leaning into, we know the story we want to tell, and so we're just going to tell it and see where we end up. And then if there's things like, you know, we'll the way that we did this first one was we talked about the ideas. We had some very specific scenes in mind that we each had, like, oh, it'd be cool if we had this one thing. And then, so we captured all of those in a Google Doc. And then I sat down and like wrote out, okay, so on the first page, we need this to happen. We need this to happen. Here's what I'm roughly thinking for layouts, but like, I'm not the artist. So if you have a better layout for that, perfect, do that. There were some very specific things that I was like, no, this one panel has to look like they're hanging out of their van window. And I want it to be the outline shape of the van window overlaid on like a splash page. Like,
That's
so
cool.
there were some specific things that I had. But a lot of it was like, I don't know, man, what do you think's going to work? Like, how do you think the flow should be? Like, what do you know, here's style wise what I like seeing in comics. Can we incorporate that? And he was like, yeah, we can do that. So like I influenced the art a lot with some of the layouts and some of maybe the perspectives. And then he influenced a lot of the dialogue because like some of them I had very specific lines of dialogue written. Other ones it was just like, I don't know, they just need to talk.
Yeah.
It was
we
a
knew
placeholder.
the conversation, not the words. So
yeah,
like,
it was like we just wrote in where there were like placeholders to tell the story and move the story forward. And then as he was doing the artwork, like he just started filling in the dialogue and was like, hey, this is, and it was like, yeah, no, that's perfect. Great. And then some of them were like, man, can we tweak this to be that instead? So like every single thing about the book was very collaborative. It wasn't like I created the script and then I sent it to him and he created the art. Like that's not what we did. It was every step along the way has been a conversation or a FaceTime or a late night text sesh of just like, here's 75 messages back and forth to the point now where like if it's 11:30 at night and my phone goes off, my wife is, if she's still awake, is like, you talking to Oklahoma? And I'm like, yeah. Okay, all right.
I mean, but that's great though. When it flows like that, that's when you know it's right.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, it's been a really rewarding experience. Just like having someone that is so same-brained that a lot of the things that I am like, hey, I really like, you know, this type of approach or this, you know, like asymmetrical. I'm not a Watchmen fan. I don't like the 9-panel grid or the 12-panel grid that's the same on every. I don't like that. It puts me to sleep reading the book, and so I was like, hey, this isn't going to be that book. Like, I just can't, I don't want to make it, because you should make the books that you want to see and you want to read, and I don't want to read those books. So, and he was like, yeah, no, great. Same. Yeah, let's have fun. I was like, awesome. All right, cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, and I don't think any one page or 2 pages have the same, even close to the same type of layout.
Yeah. That's awesome, though. That's good. You keep it dynamic. That's really good. Yep. And I also am a huge fan of, like, write the story until the story's done, not continue writing the story because it's continuing to make money.
Yeah.
Like Breaking Bad and Stranger Things, like they're writing their story till it's done, and then they're like, done. Like, you can do your side things, whatever.
Yeah.
But the main story, we've told it. This is the end.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Don't be Walking Dead.
I was gonna say, if only like Lost had followed that and they had stopped after the 2nd or 3rd season or whatever it was.
There's so many shows that you could say that with. It's
true.
like, we get you're making money, but you can stop now.
Right. We don't need that. So don't.
It's fine.
Make a new thing that's just as good, but in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. A cough, Invincible, Robert Kirkman.
I haven't gotten past the first compendium of the books, and I haven't even watched the show yet.
I haven't read the books, but the show, all 3 seasons have been really fucking good. Really good. So good. But I'm really hoping it doesn't take that Walking Dead step where you're like, all right, season 13 of Invincible's coming out. And guess what? Big bad guy.
Yeah.
Another one?
Yeah. I
Shocker.
do appreciate them like leaving in the Invincible world and then like, okay, Battle Beast. Completely separate story within the world. Perfectly fine. That's an acceptable move.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's those little things that really can, I don't know, don't oversaturate it. Like, I think The Boys is doing okay. I think they're still sort of in their prime.
I think this will be their final season, and then Gen V
might
go
good.
on a
Perfect.
little bit longer.
Yeah.
Perfect. Like, they did that side story, but it tied in to the main story. So that was perfectly acceptable. And plus, it's fun to see other powers in that world, like whatever bullshit these people are coming up with. But yeah, just tell the story till it's done. Don't ride that bitch until it's dead, and and you're dragging the horse behind you at some point. Like, come on, guys.
Yeah,
Please
and
stop.
like we haven't even talked about people got to eat, and that's the thing. Like, once you strike oil, it's like, I got to get all of the oil I can out of this before I move on. And sometimes they'll keep digging for that oil, and it's like, you already got it all. Like, stop digging. And
It's
like,
dry.
yeah, we get it. You got it. Okay. but like we haven't even talked about like we're gonna do 5 chapters. Like there's nothing. It's just like, well, we definitely want to do this thing that we can't talk about because it'll give stuff away. We want to do this type of story, but we can't say that because it'll give stuff away. So like, let's tell those stories. And at some point, I'm sure it'll be like, this is where it's got to end. But you know, in our planning phases, we haven't even gotten there. We've gotten, you know, like I said, a solid outline for the first story, and then a very rough like one-liner of like this for our second one. And that's as far as we've gotten planning wise. I'm a planner, so I know once we get out of the Kickstarter and we start fulfilling, like then I'll be really like, I want to get the first script done for the first full chapter by the end of the year. Preferably even before we send out, like we plan to fulfill stuff in October, November. Like I would love to have the script done before then, just because like I have to set deadlines for myself, or otherwise I'm just going to always be like, yeah, I can just play around, and then nothing happens. And like, I don't want that to be the case, especially because we had such a strong turnout. Like we've had incredible support on this book. We funded in the first 13 hours. We hit what we thought was going to be a ridiculously high number like a week ago. And we just hit our final, like we had to come up with another stretch goal because of just the support and, you know, people reaching out and saying like, hey, this is awesome, and like sharing it, and all of that, those things have made this like way more successful than we ever expected. So to honor that, and as like our service, like our customer service of like, hey, you guys took a chance on us and our book. We want to continue, like we don't want you to have to wait forever until we have the first full like it's gonna be next year, because the size of it is just gonna take much longer. But like, you know, we don't want to just drag our feet and have all of this momentum and then completely die, and you know, maybe in another year and a half we're like, hey, do you remember us, like we're back. That's not what we want. So
well, how'd you guys advertise? I'm sorry, what'd you say, Kay? I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just saying we were just being very intentional with that. Like we don't want to let the momentum die, even though we've got other things that we are doing together, things that we're doing on our own. Like these characters, this world is important to us.
Yeah. How did you guys advertise? I'm just curious, like, was it just from your podcast sharing it on that, or like social media, or in-person stuff? Like, was it actual?
It was, so looking at the numbers, for the most part, it was like, I think 80% of my backers are connections I've made through doing my show, which only speaks to the strength of the indie comics community. Like, you know, I'm a super backer on Kickstarter. I back an insane number. Like, that's where I get my comics. I don't buy from the big two anymore. I just wait till they're in trades and get them from my library, because public libraries are fantastic and you should love them and support them as much as possible.
All day long. Please do.
It's another one of my soapboxes.
I'm for it, and I'm with you. Yes.
Yeah, great. Perfect.
I want my house to look like a library one day.
My basement does.
You lucky fuck.
It's been a lot of money to make it happen.
Worth it.
Still paying it off, but it's so worth it. I love it.
I don't even need to read these books. I just want to be down here.
I can just breathe.
The literature.
The literature. I'm so well read. I am though.
Beyond your years.
My ex-wife used to tell me, like, when you're done with a book, why do you keep it? Yeah. And she would like throw some of the books away, and I'm like, they're my goddamn trophies.
No wonder she's your ex-wife. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, right, yeah.
But I'm just saying, it was like, they're my fucking trophies. Like, I read this. This is where it lives now. Am I going to read it again? Probably not. But it's going to fucking be there.
Listen, I picked up so many free books my freshman year of college, because there was like a free literary library in the like sub basement of the English building, and I would just get lost down there looking at all their books, and it was literally like, just take whatever you want. And there were some that I was like, I'm never going to read this, but this spine looks awesome and it's going to be dope as hell on my shelf. And so I do have some of those books that are just like, I've never read it. I don't plan to, and I don't care because it looks awesome on my shelf.
That's fair. That's very fair.
Yep. I don't remember.
There's some really good used bookstores around here.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the fuck are we talking about?
I don't know.
Your comic. That's right.
Our own comic
it's not
now.
used yet. It's still brand new.
Yeah.
Comic that needs to go on the shelf.
It's
Yes.
Go on.
newer than brand new because it
Yeah.
hasn't even been printed yet. but
That's
it's
how
gonna be.
You.
It's still weird. And by weird, I mean just like insanely fucking cool that like we're going to be able to hold the comic that we created in our hands. Like that came, this thing poured out of my brain before, like in 2-3 months. It's
That's
wild.
awesome.
Like it's so wild. I understand why people say like this is an addiction because it's the best high. It doesn't matter. I've never, not that I've, dabbled in a ton of drugs. Like just this sounds way more like I used to do drugs, but I didn't. But like
It sounds like a cop out to me.
it's a
I
better
did.
Enjoy
And
your
I
drugs.
will agree.
it's a better high than anything that you could possibly try and abuse to get high. Like seeing those pages come in the first time that so I did the variant cover of our book, and like in my style, which is I call it just a punkified style because it's very rough around the edges. I just use Sharpies and that's it. Like it's not polished. It's a one take, one line. There's no Control Z for me. And like, I like it like that. And so with a lot of encouragement and very direct, like, shut the fuck up. You can do this. And you're doing a variant cover for us. From Kay, I was like, okay, yeah, no, okay, all right, okay, sure. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. But so he sent me the like high res scan file of his pencils, gave it to my wife. She printed it off at work because it was free. And then like even getting his pencils of our cover, I was just like, this is so dope. Like these are the people that came pouring out, and they've grown and evolved and changed and developed way past, that first time that I sat down in my local coffee shop and was like plunking out, like who's in our story? Like, here's the people, here's the names, here's the backgrounds and stuff. And then so speaking of intentionality, like we wanted to be inclusive of like our heritage. And so like I can tie my family back to the Abenaki indigenous tribe. And so like our drummer is Abenaki, and his name is like the Abenaki word for turtle because he has a turtle tattoo. And so like Mick, the guitarist, is Hispanic because Kris was like, I'm Hispanic. Like I want this to be represented. And so we were super intentional with that. And like, we're not going to stop doing that just because like, oh, we have our token inclusivity, like we checked the DEI box.
Right.
Like it matters for people to see characters that look like them. And so like, we're going to continue to do that, to put those characters into our comic. So that was
That's
one
awesome.
thing I forgot to mention earlier was the representation piece of it. Yeah.
Well, and too, like, you can take that, us desiring to see ourselves in it, and, like, expand this. Like, I want to see everyone, caveat, give me an asterisk here, in the punk scene.
No Nazis.
That's the one. Yeah. we gatekeep from fascists, and everyone else, come on in.
That's awesome though.
Oh yeah,
Because like
freaking dope.
I wrote a book, and I'm not in any way promoting it because it's free and it's bullshit and it's probably a terrible book. But I wrote like 250 pages, and when I was finished, I drew a cover and I threw it on Barnes and Noble, and it's still like free on that Barnes and Noble. But that first moment where you're looking at it like, no one's gonna buy this, but I did it.
Yep.
I fucking finished.
Yeah. I don't even remember at this point, because it's a game of telephone with myself. I don't remember where I saw it first or read it first. It was probably on Threads, but it said every act of creation in itself is a micro rebellion. And I was just like, just inject that into my veins. You know what I mean?
Against who?
It's
Rebellion against who?
against people
Anything.
telling you that you can't be anything other than what they tell you can be.
Yeah.
And
I
so,
wasn't
like,
being a smartass. I was genuinely curious what
yeah,
your
I
thoughts
mean,
were
that's
on it.
that's how I take it. Of
Yeah.
in a world and in a culture and in a society and in a country where the people with the power are so fucking busy telling us that we have to look a certain way, act a certain way, talk a certain way, say certain things. Don't say other things. Don't do other things that we have constitutional rights to do. Create in the face of that. And
Yeah.
don't just be unique to you, but like create things that others can experience that are unique to you and to them. And then that shared experience is how we can take a stand, even if like I'm never going to go and protest. Like I'm just that's not who I am. And that's okay, because I'm very much like, I will encourage you, I will lift you up, and I will give safe spaces for people to say what they want to say. And also, like, let's create some shit. Like, we're creating a comic that's giving the giant middle finger to rich corporations, because that's our way of saying, like, hey, you're never going to read this. And that doesn't matter, because we still wanted to be able to have a thing that we created that says, like, you suck for doing what you're doing.
Yeah. That's cool. So, 100% behind it, because I'm also the same way. It's like, I want to protest, but I'm like, if I get in trouble or hurt, my kids are going to be fucked. Like, I gotta, I can't do that. I'm sorry. I want to, but I can't.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm behind you 100% from here.
And like, that's also,
100%.
you're the first person to ask, like, what does that mean? So a lot of that was me just like externally processing. So I hope it made sense.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, no, it's totally fine.
So,
like,
but yeah.
Do it however you have to do it. Like, I mean, I was just curious what that means to you, because I don't know, it is hard to describe, and I'm glad you got to where you did, because that makes a lot of sense. For me, I probably would have rambled on like Michael Scott for like 20 fucking minutes, and then been like, at the end of it, like, and that's the answer.
And
there
you are.
You talked about ice cream at some point. I don't know what the fuck you were talking about.
I definitely do Michael Scott a lot, though. Like, I just start talking and hope that I figure out where I'm going to end up halfway through.
Sometimes never, under any circumstances, ever at all, under any circumstances, ever.
It's an ongoing yes and.
Yes.
That. Yep.
But that's when they cut away and they go, sometimes I just start talking.
Yeah.
So we've been fucking almost an hour, which I'm surprised about. But is there anything else you guys want to say? Before? No, I'm not surprised, because it's just when we click with people, we just start shooting the shit, and that's it. You're like, oh, it's been 2 hours. Fuck.
Yeah, I've had those.
But
nights.
my power is also flickering. So
Yeah.
So is there anything else you guys want to say before we wrap it up and stop the recording and shit?
Do you want me to go first, Kay, and buy you some time?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Looking longingly at your forehead because you're looking down at your screen.
Yeah. Isn't it a glorious forehead?
It really is. No wrinkles.
So much for
All
wrinkle-free.
forehead. It's like a 7 head at this
it just
point.
keeps going. 7 head. Dang it. That's good. So the Kickstarter ends July 4th. We have unlocked all of our stretch goals, so we're adding. Here's a fun thing that I would love for J and K to do. No jokes here. We're doing a like social media guerrilla marketing type thing, where, because our band is called Hot Watermelon, and watermelons are things that you can buy or just see in stores all the time because it's summer, we have asked people, like, hey, if you want to be in our comic book, take a picture with a watermelon, or eating a watermelon, or posing with it. We've had people flexing with it. We've had dogs eating watermelon. Mine was playing with a watermelon toy. He just got a third one today that he loves, by the way. But if you take a picture with the water, you don't have to buy it. You can just take it in the store and then put it right back in the box. Like, no judgment, right? Like, there's no barriers here.
Yeah. Free merch.
If you,
Anarchy.
That's right. We're just using it for the photographs. We're just
watermelons. I don't need to buy it.
I'm not even gonna eat this shit.
Yeah, fuck watermelons.
Hey,
This watermelon.
Yeah.
You leave that
It's
watermelon
grainy
alone.
as hell.
I'm joking. I do like watermelons. It's fine. It's funny for the joke, Jay. Calm down.
That's right.
I like
It's all for the
watermelons.
bit. It's all for the bit. No,
Yes.
no watermelons have been harmed in the making of our comic book. Just wanted
Yes,
to.
and
And
then keep going. No watermelons were harmed in the making of this podcast.
Yeah.
and also, if you want to take a picture with a watermelon and post it to whatever social media that Jay uses, because he's the social media person, and just use hashtag hot watermelon, I'm saving all of those pictures down, and we're gonna make. Do you remember CDs? These round discs read by lasers. When you would buy one,
I have some of those somewhere.
Go
you
on.
had a cool band, you would open up the booklets and there were like pictures of them playing shows and their fans and like doing all the
Lyrics.
like sweaty lyrics where you could understand what they were saying. All of those things, we're gonna do that. We're recreating that for Hot Watermelon. So all of the
That's cool
pictures
shit.
we're putting into the back of the book. It's been unlocked that we're adding that to both digital and print. So it's going to be, we're going to do 4 pages because everything has to be 4s. We have an 8-page comic, and we're going to have 4 pages of backup stuff. It's probably going to be 3 pages of the fan our watermelon groupies, and then the one page we're putting everybody that backs this campaign, all of their names are going on the thank you page because we couldn't have made it without everybody that's support. Like literally we couldn't have done it. So because we don't have money. But like that said, because we are adding it to print, I would love to get as many of those as possible because I have this vision, and right now we don't have enough pictures to fulfill the vision. We need like 20 more people to post these pictures so that I can grab it. So I've been like texting friends and shit like, hey, I have this comic book. You don't have to back it. I'm not asking for your money. Just take a picture with the watermelon and like post it on your socials. And then
make it with a ripped t-shirt so it looks like that scene from Aliens.
That's legit. Do it.
That's the fun that we want people to be having. Like, this is just something silly and ridiculous. A good friend of ours carved a watermelon into like the Dwight Schrute like pumpkin head, and he put the watermelon onto his head, and
it was so great.
That was his. It was so
awesome.
Good, dude.
That's
and so like that type of just ridiculous, like it's have fun with it. And
I'm gonna need to think about this one.
And it's gonna go in the book. Yeah, we didn't.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna be so sticky.
He did say like he had to immediately take a shower because he was just covered in watermelon goo.
Worth it.
And I was like, well, you're in our comic forever.
Yes.
Like, and the video that he sent to the two of us is one of my favorite. Like, I'm keeping it forever. It's one of the funniest things to just sit and like. I didn't know this guy a year ago. Like, he just started watching the show and regularly showed up to stuff and interacting on social media. And I have since had him on the show because he's a creator himself. Hourglass Comics, shout out to the Murder Face comic book. And like, he just like always shows up. He was there for our launch party. He came on the stream with us. And he was like, oh, I already have my watermelon. And so he just like picked it up from his desk and like sat there on our launch party with his watermelon. And it was just like, dude, these are the kind of people that are in the indie comics community that make it the best damn thing to be a part of. So,
that's awesome.
Like, yeah, but if you want to be in our book, it's super easy and it's free. And you can have some fun. You can be weird with it. Just don't try and hump it. Like, that's all I ask. Like, don't do.
There went my other fucking idea. Thanks a lot. God.
American Pie, a watermelon. Yeah, you can. I don't care what you do in your personal time.
I need a watermelon.
I don't.
Settle down over there.
Man, I have to be honest.
But yeah, so that's. I can't follow anything with that. There's no saving this. It's. Okay, what you got?
Man, yeah. Wow.
I'm sorry.
So intense.
That's head and shoulders above me. Like, whoa.
Sorry?
You're not. I'm not sorry.
You're right. I'm not sorry. This is just me. So
it's all good. Like, here for it.
You're just shaking your
as I should.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's your co-host, Jay. That's...
Questions.
Blink twice.
You probably
if you're
don't want the answer to the questions at this point. Yeah.
What'd you say?
Were you having a reset?
Yes.
That's cute. You both look the same direction.
I know.
See, you bring it around. That's good comedy. You bring it back to the beginning.
Way too long.
Mm-hmm.
Or just the right amount of time.
Or just the right amount,
just the right amount.
Yeah.
He needs to reset a lot when I start bullshitting, so it's fine.
Sometimes.
That's fair.
I can't help it.
See, it's resetting now. Look at him go.
Yeah, so great.
I think that's more him dying inside. That's the play that one song, the Sound of Silence, as he
he's been reanimated
slowly
from the
zoom
inside
in
for
on
a long time.
Oh man.
He's like, well, I don't like to brag, but I'm sorry. Okay, what were you saying?
No, you're good. You're good. You bought me time.
Oh, you need more time?
No, you're good.
And it's hard for 2 hours, bro. Come on.
I know.
We're gonna have to cut this bitch in half.
Yes. And then at the end, I'll give Jerry Springer's final thought. We'll be fine. It'll be
perfect. I love
be kind
that
to
shit.
each other in the meantime. All that.
Help control the pet population.
Spay and neuter.
That's Bob Barker.
I got you. First.
I'm just hitting all the final thoughts at this point.
No, yeah, honestly, kind of like Kris said, I'm a little blown away at the support. Not even a little. I am so blown away. Like, literally, we thought that the stickers that we unlocked at $9.50 were going to be a stretch. And here we are, we're victory lapping and having a blast doing it. and having a blast doing it with the people that we're getting to do it with too. So, like, thank you to everyone. Thank y'all for having us on here. Fuck fascists.
As you do.
Yeah.
Not the fun way.
Yeah, no, this is very, like, third-party razor wire type. Yeah, it's bad.
Yes.
For them.
And pineapples.
Yes. Oh, yeah, like, you rip their fingernails off and dip them in salt. And it's, yeah.
Oh yeah, this one's deep for him. He's the one that's out there protesting, so just...
yeah, like...
Good for you, sir.
I was on the highway in 2020 when someone tried to run over us. Like, in all seriousness, I am the one that will go stand in the gap. Like...
Well, I got your back, sir.
Appreciate it.
I am in agreement with that stuff, 100%. But it's just I have to think about my kids having stability first. That's all.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And
when they're grown up and out of the house, I'll be old as fuck and like in my loafers and my penny, my pressed khakis and my polo out there. That's fine.
You can do it.
You have to at a certain point.
Yeah, I mean, so like in all seriousness, at this point, being Latino right now, I'm not going out. I don't have a support network.
That is the safest.
I'm not going by myself. I had to and also back to how did we promote this? I went to a con and wore a DIY QR code badge. Asked me about my indie comic.
Didn't I fucking say that?
Yeah, you did.
I had to make a promise to my wife that I would not go to the protest that was the same day. So.
Well, I think that's best for your own safety because it is exceptionally scary out there.
It is. And our city the county jail is in our city. Our city is a ICE detention center. So like, not playing around.
Effed, bro.
I fucking hate that even is a thing. I'm sorry. That's absolute shit.
It's a reality I've been dealing with for the last 10 years of accepting that this is coming if he keeps having power and what this means to us all. Because, the poem is supposed to go, first they came for the socialists and I fucking stopped them, and it doesn't end there.
Yeah. It's the people with the money make all the rules. That's...
Man, I really dragged this down. Sorry.
Yeah. No, it's fine because we can break it. No, it's fine because it's part of it. It's everything altogether. It doesn't have to just be the funny. That's the real life shit. Like, I try not to get political because I will just sit here and bitch and moan and piss about that same thing for the entire podcast, but I just try to keep it. But we're allowed to have doses of reality. It's totally fine. Because if you listen to us, chances are you're on the same page as us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, so, and if you don't, well, grow the fuck up and listen to other people's opinions without being a little bitch about it.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to agree with every single thing that someone says.
I talk to people that oppose my own opinion all the time, and as long as you're not going to be a shithead about it, that's fine.
Yeah, if you're not a fascist and you're not going to be a dick about disagreeing, we can be okay.
Yeah, we can have differing opinions and still continue to coexist.
Yeah.
It happens.
It's crazy.
And I like
it's
pineapple
so
on
insane.
pizza.
Right? Anyways, okay, so we've gone way over what we expected, but I'm just going to cut it here. We can still bullshit. I don't care. Thank you guys for coming. Jay, do you want to say anything else before?
I had a friggin' blast, and you guys are welcome to come back anytime you want to.
Yes, anytime.
You just let us know.
Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for coming, and don't forget the Kickstarter for the Barricade Brigade. Still, is it ongoing still, or is it?
Yes.
I'm going until the 4th.
How much longer?
Goes till the 4th with
July
4th. Yeah, so
No
we
time
are
for
gonna
holiday.
after.
So
No
we are
t-
gonna
no
have
ties to the
late
holiday.
pledges. Yeah, like late pledges will be open so people can get digital and physical copies. There are some campaign exclusives that they won't be able to get in the late pledges, but like you can still go to Kickstarter, search Barricade Brigade, and get a copy of the book, physical, digital. We have a Canadian tier because Canadians are insanely supportive, and we're like, hey, we're willing to pay $17 to ship your $5 book. And I'm like, you're nuts, but okay. And so we
Barricade
made
Brigade
Canadian
number
tiers.
A?
That's a regional thing, bro. How Canadian unsensitive of you. It's like our y'all. Like, y'all
What
is
are
a
they gonna
regional...
do? Throw a moose at me?
Yeah, that's true. They'll
Whatever.
probably offer
No.
you some of their maple syrup.
That's right.
The moose will throw you.
Okay, I'm gonna
that is
I'm gonna
true.
edit this tonight so it goes out tomorrow because we had another plan, and if it goes out on the 7th, that's fucking worthless. So I'll switch it so it goes out tomorrow,
Dope.
and then
Yeah.
so that there's time.
Cool.
So,
Well, thank
yeah.
you for
So I'll swap
Yeah.
it. Yeah, don't sweat it. It's literally a July 7th, switch to the 14th. Done. Fucking done.
Nailed it.
Also true.
Yeah, it's working so hard for you. You should totally give me free things.
Hell yeah. I'll give you all the virtual
Yeah.
high fives.
Yes. I'll
If
fill
I hit
that
the
up on
little
my
heart
bookshelf.
button on Instagram for you over and over and over, I can do that.
Yeah.
See?
Social media, so it's
That's okay.
I'll be watching.
Forward them to me, Jay.
Jay's gonna be watching me poke you, so like, there's that.
Ladies.
I don't know, ladies.
That's right. Get ready
All
for
right.
some poking.
We could go on forever, but I really should cut this out because otherwise I'm going to run out of space on my thing. But thank you guys so much for coming. Really, it's been an absolute blast. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.